everybody, it's Joy. It's Sunday and it is September the 1st, 2013. I was just going to take a picture of this for me, but I decided to do a little mini video of what I did for my SureFit designer fans, because this was so easy and it turned out so cute. Now, let me point out right off, the armholes aren't finished, there's no facing or binding yet, and the neckline isn't finished and there's no hem. But since this is the type of material it is, it doesn't ravel, so it looks pretty decent for the picture. Now, I showed you, did I show you this yet? I don't think I showed you this yet. But I made this blouse from a Butterick pattern. I finished it yesterday or the day before. And I had to make an FBA and it a full bust adjustment, and I put it up into the gathers up here in the top. I would have used my SureFit Designs to design this, but I really didn't know how. I didn't know how to cut the band off the top and then turn the bottom into all these gathers. So anyway, that's a Butterick. I can't remember the pattern right now, but it doesn't matter anyway. So, I got this blouse all done. I put it on yesterday to wear to go to Jerry's mother's house. And I didn't show Jerry, this is my new blouse, what do you think? I just put it on and I was wearing it. And my husband, who always comes up with these comments that throw me for a loop, he walks in the bathroom and he looks at my blouse and he said, "I think you have that on inside out, Joy." I thought, for heaven's sakes, does it look that bad? Good gravy. But the reason he thought it looked like it was inside out was because on the bottom of it, it has that band that goes around it and it's top stitch top and bottom. So he thought that was the hem and it went on the inside. So turned out he liked it fine and it wasn't any big deal. Okay, so today Philly was supposed to come and have a play day, but the 3 grandkids showed up and she wasn't able to come. So Jerry went to work and I decided I needed a new project. So, since I was finished with that blouse, I went into my cutting table to clean it up, and I realized that I had enough of this material left to maybe make another blouse. And since I bought the material at this fancy pants fabric store here in town called Helen Enox, it's too nice a fabric to just throw in the trash. So, I thought, I'll go find one of my SureFit Designs patterns that's just a sleeveless, pull over your head, easy knit top. So, I found this top. When did I make this? January 9, 2012, I made this blueprint. This is the back of it. It's for knits, so I used the 40 dots. Even though I have a 42 bust, I used the 40 dots. It's cut on center back. It has a back waist dart. It has the forward shoulder, the sway back, all these different corrections I make for myself. Okay, so this was the back. And it also had just a plain one-piece front, which is not a plain one-piece front anymore, but it started out that way, okay? So when I went and looked, laid the fabric out on the table, and I went to lay this out, I did not have enough fabric left to do this entire front. So I thought, since it's leftover fabric, it's not going to be the end of the world if I have to throw it away, and I can just play like this is a class I'm taking on how to make a style, right? So I took the front, since it wouldn't fit, and I chopped it in half. I held it up to my body, and I kind of wrapped it around my boob and decided where the bottom of it was, okay? And then I just pinched it there, and I took it to my table, and I cut it off, okay? So when I cut it off, it didn't have any blue paper on it yet, okay? The blue paper shows the changes that I made to it. I cut it off and I added 5/8 inch at the bottom because I've got to sew it back together, right? I added 5/8 inch at the top of this part, and then I decided, since I was going to sew a new bottom to the top of the blouse, that I would put some pleats in it. See these little pleats right here? I can't tell what the camera can see. That one's still got a basting stitch in it. Here you can see it. All I did was cut it down the middle of the waist dart, spread it apart 1.5 inches, so I would have 3/4 inch pleats in it. And so I pleated it and sewed it to the top part. So didn't this come out cute? I'm so proud of me. I feel like a famous pattern designer. I'm getting so brave. Remember, it doesn't have a hem yet. I did have to go in. There's flappy pockets on my shorts, so that's why it's sticking up. I did let the waist darts out a little bit in the back, and I think the front is just absolutely perfect. You can see I have fixed the V so it doesn't gape. You know how to fix the V so it doesn't gape. You cut from the V. Let me see, this is the V. Now I've already done it, so you won't see it on this paper. But what you do is you cut the V to the bust point. Then you cut through the center of the bust dart and you overlap it here at the V, and it opens up a little more on the bust dart. Right here you can see where it opened up some more, ½ inch extra, because I crossed it over up here. Although I did it on another pattern, this is traced from another pattern, so you can't see where I cut it. And I'm sure you're totally confused out of your mind by now. But anyway, some people always ask me, how'd you make that change? So I thought I'd show you today. And now I'm going to go and figure out how to finish the arms and the hem and the neck. And that's all for today. Bye.